So there we are. I guess I had to get something to drink first, because it's super hot here at the moment. There we go. So let's repair most of our units. Regular replacements. Oof. Well, it will still keep that 1 star, so it's not too bad. This hurts, but it's a scout, so the XP is of questionable use anyway. So this is what we start with. I'm not gonna buy anything additionally. I think I got everything I need. And unlike Rakata, I will start this from the north. Now I tried something going in with a couple of groups towards each bunker. Small group here, small group there, and then small group here, and then coming with the massive force from the east once I have the artillery. But you take too many losses because you don't really have the suppression power, and you really need to be careful on this map. And I think going with what Brakata did, more a concentration of force, is probably the way to go. So I will try that from the north. There isn't actually a way, from what I can see, to rail transport anything really up there. I'm not gonna place anything in here. It would be nice to have that airfield, but I think we'll early grab this one, then swing around, attack from the east, and slowly make our way in here. So let me deploy the fastest units that we have over here. So these guys will try to grab everything. I want to give this guy a little bit more experience. Same with this guy and this guy. Here it really doesn't matter. Anti-tank gun. These guys already have 2 stars, so I'm gonna use this one and maybe the anti-tank gun. I don't know. I'm gonna use the flak, and I'm gonna use most of my infantry. Well, probably all of my infantry, to be honest. At least these 2 tanks behind, probably. Why didn't I reinforce this one? Bring in another artillery here. And another artillery there. Otherwise, let me deploy a little bit of a combat group in all of these airfields. One up here and one down there. Then again, I think I need a little group here. Do something. I might swing them around again then. Let me get my SE infantry down here. And 1 artillery. Because I feel I need to take this. And then we can swing around, maybe take that airfield at least temporarily. And then potentially, I don't know, maybe The quickest way might actually be taking them off the map and redeploying them. We'll see about that. So let me save this deployment. And then let's go for it. And by hi Danny in the chat, in case I haven't said that yet. These guys will swing around. Should be out of vision range. Gonna try and attack this already from a rather wide front. Once we can bring in these two, we'll try to expand that. Yeah, not sure how useful my air force will be down there, so I'll actually bring it all up. Scouting out this location, the level bomber. Yeah, we'll bring it over here to help out with this stuff. This stuff shouldn't be an issue, though. Yeah, nothing happening because they can't see anything. Oh, this was empty. Okay. Well, that works for me too. Again, the fastest way will probably be redeploying it. I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, let's just pull it off the map and redeploy it. Okay. I actually need an infantry over here. This could theoretically move up, but it's already at 5 strength, and if it moves up, it's finished. No matter what it does, so if they want to do that, I guess. Oh, that was a horrible hit. These garrisons inside these cities are actually no joke. Is there anything else they can see? I don't think so, so let's just guard this stuff. Units to deploy. Yeah, that additional artillery. Down here. Now let's check something in there. Yeah, it's gonna be a while until we have that airfield, so let's... Wonderful. 88, you're letting me down. That was not a nice hit. That was a nice hit. That's the way you do it. Can this thing hold its own against the tank? That's the question. Think about that a little bit more. Not 100% sure where that other anti-aircraft gun is, so I'd rather... I'm really not sure if I should expose this to the tank. So... Let me move these guys in here. If a tank wants to attack them, that's fine by me. Play a couple more traps, actually. Yeah, this is the better trap. Let's protect this fully and make sure nothing can hit us there. And once we get the tank out of the way, we'll think about additional measures. Maybe we can get that airfield under control, so we'll leave the Stuka where it is for now. Let's redeploy this guy too. I would like to grab that, but there's tanks in there that could rush out and get me, so I might not want to do that. Nah, the 88, I don't want to move it there, Danny. If it was shut down, so an 88 facing the tank, yeah, since it's an anti-aircraft mode, I don't think so. Against the tankette, yeah, sure. 70p, nah, not really. It would take damage. I wanted that full strength for the tanks, because I can see a tank trying to go in here and attacking it, and then it's right in front of the 88. The tank wouldn't do a whole lot of damage to it, but it would do damage to it, and the 88 wouldn't be able to retaliate. There's no point in that. Here, this infantry should be perfectly safe. I don't think, even if the cavalry comes out and attacks that, I might lose strength on that, but that wrecks the cavalry. That's one mobile unit gone. And yeah, I have more than enough infantry. If I get one damage, it wouldn't be too bad. But I don't think the 88 would be able to hold its own. Not in anti-aircraft mode. And yeah, Carol, you... Ugh. Great. Of all the targets you had wanted to attack with your stupid aircraft, you had to choose that one. So yeah, uncovered my artillery. Great stuff. Ah crap, I actually remember, I think I wanted to overstrength my artillery before going into this scenario. Oh well. It's gonna be fine. Are you serious? Oh my god, what rolls? And of course we can't take that one out either. Whatever. Now I can still not shut it down, but now we can potentially move the... This is annoying. Move the artillery in place. Wow. This is so annoying. I don't even remember if there was another. Does anybody remember how many fighters I already took out? Well, forget it. Theoretically, I wouldn't even be allowed to know how many there are, so... Just make sure we get this guy out. So my bomber isn't uncovered. From there you can't shoot over there. Crap. Just remembered something. Ah, crap. There's a bomber left. They're gonna bomb that thing. God damn it. That I couldn't take this out the way I wanted to completely screwed me over. Now I'm gonna get my now I'm gonna get my tank bombed. Eek. Gonna risk this. Yeah, see? Ah. Now it's raining. Are you kidding me? Oh, god damn. Rocket and I have the best luck with the weather right now. Unbelievable. So where can they go? They can go over there. They can go over there. is really so annoying. Nope. Not buy, reinforce. Where did the fighter go? Probably down there, and there's a... Are you kidding me? So far, every time I risked a little bit something, it has totally not paid off. Need to get rid of that anti-aircraft gun so we can work more in this area. Not sure where that fighter is or what it will do. Let's see. That's probably what I want to protect. Just in case somebody gets a stupid idea. Yeah, tanks are gonna suffer. That's just... Ugh. Yep, tanks are gonna suffer. That's just what's gonna happen here. I'm gonna elite replace most of them probably, because I don't know, I actually think there's a way to prevent that even from happening. Of course, this guy managed to position himself in the most awkward position possible. Oh, goddamn. I don't think this will move. Are you... Oh my god, seriously. Most likely gonna be an attack target. Pick the tank here. Actually, no, let's not offer it another target. Yeah, I know where it retreated. The thing is I can't follow it there because... Yeah, there's an anti-aircraft gun there. I need to trap it first. Ugh. Ugh. I could lose my anti-tank gun. Oh fuck, I'm gonna lose my anti-tank gun. Don't you dare. Phew, that was close. Kinda. Ooh, that could have been easily a surrender. Need to pay more attention here. And this is the most awkward position where you could have shown up. Much I can do about you right now, so let's just back up. And at least he positioned his fighters in a now very vulnerable position. These rolls are unbelievable. Absolutely crazy. Let me save this real quick. I'm getting indications that Panzer Corps is getting a little unstable. I don't want it crashing on me in the middle of the turn. More losses that I would like, but nothing I can do about it. Oh man. Okay, let's pull that guy out. That's getting too dangerous. Our tank is already basically completely useless. Problem here really is that I still have this gun to worry about. I can't really do a lot of stuff here. I usually play from the south, and I just notice positioning from the north is actually not so nice. You can't free yourself from the anti-aircraft gun threat as easily. It can't surround that guy. Oh god damn. And almost doing no damage. That is so unbelievable. Stuka for the win, because otherwise, yeah, everything else is crapping out on me. God damn. Yeah, not sure what to do with that tank. I don't think it's useful for anything anymore at this moment. Okay, I should need another one up there. Not going the way I'd like, put it that way. This is a little bit of at risk of being surrendered, but there's 2 protecting artillery, so I kind of feel good about that. Yeah, and it's not even fully suppressed, so... taking that hit, I want to be able to move in here. Interesting move. Oh, we got ammo on those guys. I don't feel I'm making the progress that I need to make right now, so not super happy with this. Actually getting a little worried. Stuff like this is just stuff like this is just something I can currently not compensate for. See, I just don't do any damage. Right now, that's just absolutely fatal. Oh my God. Ah, no. Ah, no, 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 no. Fuck, 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 fuck. Don't attack there. Ah, God. I'm totally not concentrated. That could again have been a... I'm actually not gonna make this. Holy fuck. This is gonna be a retry, guys. It's actually the first time I failed this ever. But yeah, with these rolls. I'm sorry, what the fuck is going on? Blow this stupid bunker up. Holy crap. I've never had rolls like this. Yeah, this is gonna be a reroll. Absolutely, 100%. There's no chance I'm gonna make this in time. I'm running out of everything, left, right, and center, and my units don't do any damage for whatever reason. I've never had a worse playthrough of this mission, and I've played this like 30 times at least. Holy crap! This should have been an easy kill, and now he retreats into artillery cover. What the fuck is going on? Running out of infantry strength. Running out of ammunition. Can't advance anymore. Yeah, this is gonna be a fail. This is so gonna be a fail. Yeah, I'm gonna do this, no, I'm not gonna do the south approach. I can easily do the north approach. It's just, yeah, I don't think this is actually the way to do it. Because last time I don't know, I took losses, but I attacked basically from all directions at the same time, and I don't know. Should I move in here? I really literally have never had a worse playthrough of this mission ever. Nothing is going my way. I don't even know what to do anymore. Just wow. If I'm gonna make this, I'm gonna barely make it. Oh, god damn it. Wow, this is horrible. Yeah, that's non-core, that's not a problem. Ugh, that is a little bit of a problem. That's one hit, that's not too bad. Oh, but this is a horrible, horrible attempt, seriously. Did that guy move? No. Can't force the surrender, so we need to kill him outright. Running out of ammo, but protected by 2 artillery, that should be fine. Same deal here pretty much. I hate this run. Absolutely hate it. Now they're reinforcing with massive anti-aircraft guns because I'm too late to get to the cities. Now I can't pump anything here anymore. That's fantastic. And I do 1 damage. Yay! Fan-fucking-tastic. Four turns. Oh boy. As I said, if we make it, we're gonna barely make it. Can't believe this. Yeah, come on, buy additional crap, yeah. God damn, I can't move. Danny, what's the point of doing the south approach? I've done both of these approaches dozens of times. That's not the issue. Getting the most crappy rolls ever, all in a row. That's the issue here. It's basically all pointless I'm doing here, because if I can't get in here, they're just gonna buy and rebuy and rebuy and rebuy and rebuy, and yeah. My units do everything but what I need them to do, damage. Just gonna risk this now because I need to get a fucking unit in there. I think it can be attacked by infantry. I think it can only be attacked by the tankette, and that it should actually be able to hold. If it gets fucked by the bunker, then yeah, whatever. Then this mission is officially a failure, but I need something to happen here, otherwise... This might actually literally be the first time I don't make this mission. Well, Scout is actually holding its own. Yeah, that doesn't matter. It's actually pretty good because they both moved out of their entrenched positions. Decent. That's artillery protected, so that shouldn't be too bad. And now they're counterattacking and moving out of their positions. That's actually to our advantage. Unless they now buy a whole bunch of crap down there. They have 2 turns to get in here, and yeah. Oh, wow. Need to do something about this because I need to reposition here. Oh well, that doesn't work out. At least got the cities blocked, all of them. That's... yeah, nothing else I can do with my air. Oh boy. Nah, again, Danny, this has nothing to do with north, south, or whatever. I have actually no idea what happened. North is usually just as easy as the south. I've never had this happen before. Literally never. I have no idea what's going on here. Never had such crappy rolls so many times in a row that my units just don't do anything in terms of damage. Yeah, I think that's all I can do. Not super happy with this. I'm amazed I managed to pull this off at all. Yeah, I don't want to risk that. Yeah, that's pretty much it, I think. Save that. And that seems to have been it, yeah. So, well, yeah, Bobby Didier, this was actually the first time I've had, yeah, basically nothing going my way. The only thing this could have been worse was getting 2 turns of rain with mud or shit like that, like Brakata got. Otherwise, I have no idea how this could have gone any worse. I've never gotten so many bad rolls in my life. So many times when I attacked and did absolutely nothing. Like, just this bunker. Attack him 50 times and nobody is managing to blow that thing up. Or it's just these rolls where you attack something and instead of doing 3-0 attack to it, you get... you do no damage and you take 2 in return. That's just... Yeah, that's stuff that really kicks you in the ass in a city map where you cannot allow yourself to drop your infantry to these low strength, and that's the problem. If I didn't play on Rommel, I could easily just reinforce one of these units during the mission and then immediately blast through this. But if this happens to you, you lose so much firepower that you get, yeah, you're basically getting mauled. You're running into a situation where you let me load this again. I forgot to save the forgot to save the replay. Yeah, you're basically running into a situation where it's a war of attrition. Oh, great. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna reload because I just took 2 more damage on my scout. I'm not gonna let that stand. It's not what happened. Come on. Yeah, okay, taking 1 more damage. I can that stand. Okay. Save, replay. But yeah, you basically go into a war of attrition, and that is absolutely not what you want. Actually, let me reload this. I want my original result. And then you missing the firepower to keep going. You lose momentum, you lose momentum, you lose momentum, and then you run into this crap. What the hell is going on? You guys saw it, right? My scout didn't take any damage and the infantry took 2 in return. I want that again. Come on. Not gonna take additional damage just because I forgot to save the stupid replay. Yeah, now they don't detect me at all. I'm gonna take that. Yeah, not super happy with this. But we did a decisive victory and we didn't lose any units, so I guess it's fine. Yeah, that this is costly, I'm used to that, because it's a city fight and everything. It got way more costly than I would have liked, but it's not super bad. I was planning on doing elite reinforcements after this one anyway, because yeah, it's just... What would have helped also, and I totally forgot to do that, I wanted to overstrength all my artillery before going into this one, and I didn't do that. I completely forgot about it. And that, I think, would have helped me a lot. That's something you absolutely need to do before going into a city fight, overstrength your artillery. And I absolutely did not do that. I completely forgot about it. And yeah, let me get rid of the splash screen again. I completely forgot about it. And I think that cost me. So it's not super bad. This is not losses. Oh my god, what happened to my units? I've seen worse in city fights. This is not that bad. Yeah, this tank took so many damage. That's a little annoying, but yeah. After this is gonna be elite reinforcements all around. Spoils of War is actually not that hard. Depends. Let me actually advance to Spoils of War and let me see, just as a little preview, what we can do here in terms of reinforcing our units. Let's see, how much does it set me back if I give everybody elite reinforcements? Not saying that I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna look into it, but how much is that gonna set me back? Not too bad actually. Not too bad actually. I'll look into whether it's worth doing that for all the units, but after statue mission, I think it's worth it. I might not do it on the fighter. Some of the airplanes. What was actually pretty damaged? Let me load this again. How much would that set me back? That's not such a big deal. Yeah, infantry is gonna gain that back relatively quickly. The pioneers, I want full strength. This one is no big deal. Well, that actually is... Okay, that's 50 prestige. That's not a big problem. Tanks, I absolutely want elite reinforcements for because they... yeah. This one I don't need. Scout I don't care about. Anti-tank gun I do elite. Artillery I don't need elite at all. They're gonna gain like crazy. The 88 I absolutely want elite. Fighter, nah, it's not gonna drop a star. That's no problem. Bomber I don't need that at all. Yeah, That's not bad. Yeah, I'm gonna go with this. I'm gonna save this actually, so you guys don't have to watch me do that again. But I think this is good. I don't think this is too bad. I don't think prestige-wise this is too bad, and I think we're now in a very, very good position experience-wise, if you look at this. My anti-tank gun is approaching 2 stars, that's really good. My 88 has a solid 1.5 stars. Bombers and fighters look really good. Fighter will potentially get a 2nd star in this mission. Infantry looks good. Most of them solid 2 stars or on a way to it. Not most of them at 2 stars, but they're all on a pretty good way there. Yeah, I think this is fine. I think this is fine. Should be good for now. Not gonna buy anything, so this is what I'll go into Russia, into the fight with the Russians with. I might overstrength my artillery pieces for that fight, but it's so funny. The artillery piece that I captured is already maxed out in one mission. Holy crap. No, I'm not gonna do the Warsaw one. If I make the decisive victory, I'm gonna go with it no matter what happened. Even if I didn't make the decisive victory in some missions, I would still go ahead with it because that's the point of this. But if I miss out on the decisive on this one, I wouldn't get the Russian scenario, so that I would have restarted. But if I manage to do it, I'm gonna keep the result no matter what it is. That's the whole point of doing this live and semi-blind and everything. Captured Artie, how it does compare? From what I know, it's completely identical. It's a 105. Yeah, it's completely identical. Both 105 guns. So you basically can keep those the entire war. I'm actually gonna upgrade one of those because I only need 4 10.5. So one of these units is gonna become a 15 centimeter. It's actually, if I had known that I would get a capturable artillery on Danzig, I might have actually not bought 3 artillery. I might have gone with 2. But then again, the one that you start out with is only 2 range. So I don't know. I might have had some trouble in Poznan with just 2 artillery. But didn't know that I would get another one in Danzig. I actually don't think I'm ever gonna give artillery half tracks. I don't see the point. The normal half tracks are way too slow, and the later half tracks are way too expensive. So if you ever get hit in those, it's gonna be a huge cost. On Rommel, I mean, upgrading that is like, what does that cost? 200 prestige or something like that? That's just ridiculous. And trucks are usually fast enough if you stick to the roads and you figure out where to deploy. Yeah, it can be helpful for surrenders and crap like that, but I mean, as long as I don't need to attack with the half tracks, I can still block and hex with the truck. So I don't think that justifies the cost. because they cost like 4 times as much, I think, right? And you need to pay the upgrade costs initially to begin with, and yeah, I don't see the point in that. I mean, can you upgrade these to any kind of better transport? No, I don't think so, right? Yeah, you have to upgrade them first to some German stuff. And yeah, the 10.5, that's what I'm gonna use in the Panzer divisions for most of the war anyway. I'm gonna upgrade one of the other ones to 15 centimeter, and then buy another 15 centimeter, and then we're good in artillery anyway. So whatever. Yeah, I can have some half-track infantry. Even those we're not going to use a whole lot, because the Germans didn't have a whole bunch of those. From what I remember, of the 4 infantry battalions in a Panzer division, most of the time, one of those was properly mechanized. The other ones were still just motorized, so we're not gonna have a whole lot of half-tracks. I'm not a super fan of the half-tracks anyway. The second half-tracks, the really fast ones, yeah, but on Rommel those are cost prohibitive, so I don't think I'm gonna use a whole bunch of half-tracks at all. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with where we are. I mean, I could have a lot more prestige if this hadn't gone so bad. I think I could have easily had 200 more prestige here, but whatever. You know, I'm actually pretty happy that I made that at all, because I was really struggling there. And that happens if you get such a whole bunch of bad rolls. I'm not sure, maybe my deployment wasn't super optimal. It's definitely the first time I tried to concentrate my forces in the northern attack. Usually what I did, let me load that again. Warsaw North. What I usually did was send a small group here to take out that bunker and that airfield, send a small group here to take out that bunker and airfield, and then just try to push into here. Then I had a small group taking out that bunker and that airfield, and then the main thrust came in here. And that made sure I early blocked this city, and this city. And then I just moved in from the east, and that also made it almost impossible for the enemy to buy additional units, because I had already everything blocked. It's really hard to move in here much and here because of these artillery pieces, but you basically already take out this entire perimeter by the time you attack from the east. And then you can slowly move in here. You take out that artillery, you take out that artillery, and then you don't really do a whole lot until the other forces come in. Your little force from here also can't do a whole lot, but it's just getting the initial perimeters out of the way and blocking the cities, and then you move in with a strong force from the east. You usually take a whole bunch more losses, and I reinforced sometimes during the mission, but I don't know. I actually think I might have come out with more prestige than at the end than I did on this run, but whatever. It's the first time I try to not do anything in the south at all and just move in from the north. I actually think the south is an easier approach, because if you take out this anti-tank gun that you can get easily too, and then you come from the east and you take out that anti-tank gun, which you can easily too, you basically have half the city that you can bomb. Even up here you can already bomb a whole lot, because this anti-tank gun is completely out of the way. So you get a lot more area that you can bomb that you can get from the north, because from the north you quickly run into this one and you can't get to that southern one. So you're limited in your bombing ability. So I don't know. The advantage if you come from all directions at the same time is that you basically take out all the anti-aircraft guns except that most central one right from the start, and then you can bomb like nuts. You take a little bit more damage because you, just don't have the concentration of firepower. But you take vision away because you take out all the bunkers. You take anti-aircraft capability out because you take out all the anti-aircraft guns. And you basically have all the airfields immediately under control. So, but we made it. So, whatever. Neutralize the flags with bunkers on them. Yeah, theoretically. But I don't think that's actually most of the point where they buy units. Where they buy units is mostly around the victory axis. That's usually where they buy them. They don't buy them at the bunker hexes, they buy them here. Because they want to protect their victory axe, so that's where they buy stuff. And victory axes can't be neutralized. Yeah, I also noticed, Danny, that I immediately started doing damage right from the start, you know? I mean, you don't do a whole lot. You basically just take out these little garrison units. But if you look at my situation at the end, if you look at this, those are exactly the units that are still left. Plus a couple crap stuff that they bought. I mean, this anti-aircraft gun I would have taken out from the south. That's easy. You saw Brakata do that. If I just put a small force in here that can easily take that out, can take these two out, take the bunker out, and then just wait. The northern force, just three units plus artillery, can take most of this crap out, and then yeah. And you move into next to the city, so they can't buy anything in these two areas. And yeah, then you move in here. You already taken this stuff out and moved into those two areas. So the only place where they can buy stuff is right in the middle, and that's never a problem because that's where you basically crush them in the middle. So. Yeah, they can buy at minor flags, Carl, but since the bunkers are immediately next to victory axes, there's no point in neutralizing them, because if they can't buy it there, they can buy them one hex for over. So from the northern approach, I don't know. To be fair, I'm pretty sure I could have done this wiping out the entire map if I had overstrengthened my artillery. Because in a lot of situations I just didn't have enough firepower. That my artillery early on got hit here. Because that one fighter uncovered it and the other fighter attacked it a little bit. And that reduced my artillery firepower to 7 on that piece. Yeah, that also didn't help. So that shouldn't have happened, and I should have had them all over strength. I'm pretty sure then I would have done this clean. I mean, there's not a whole lot left. I mean, this, now that those guys have moved, they're not that entrenched anymore. Let's say two more turns and this is cleaned up. So yeah, artillery firepower basically cost me 2 turns. Yeah, again, I simply forgot about it. I simply forgot about it and didn't feel like restarting. But I saved the prestige to overstrength and had to pay that to repair my units. I don't know. I would have lost the overstrength of one of them since it got attacked, so I saved that one. Yeah, we completed the mission, so it's not too bad. I mean, I could have used the additional prestige from these 2 flags, but what are you gonna do? Definitely not the best approach, but again, playing live and never having done it this way, in this exact way before, I'm actually pretty happy that I managed to do it. Because I was in the middle, I was getting really worried that I was not gonna make it. And that never happened to me before. This is usually, as I said in Brakada's stream, a matter of time versus losses. I've never had it happen that I didn't manage it at all. Maybe once or twice when I didn't pay attention whatsoever, like watching a movie parallel to playing or shit like that. But any time I played it seriously, it's never happened to me that I didn't make it. Biggest issue was that they started buying units here and I couldn't get in there, so that I risked my scout to go in there and block that position. And the scout held its own against the tankette very, very well. So kudos to the scout. That was key, that I blocked that position, that the scout was able to hold it. But yeah, I'm pretty sure the main problem here was not overstrength artillery. Yeah, that was actually something, Danny, that I was consciously thinking about. Like, okay, if you now get frustrated, you're gonna fuck this up, so calm down. Calm down and see what you can do. Yeah, bad rolls all around. That at least cost me 1 turn. At least. That has never happened to me on this map, that I had so many bad rolls in a row. That was super annoying. By the way, guys, one thing I wanted to ask you. Do you have the impression that I'm talking too loud? Almost shouting a little bit, because I kind of noticed that about myself since instead of using earplugs or some other stuff, I'm now using fully these over-ear headset, and I'm feeling like since I can't hear myself because of those things, I'm starting to talk louder. If that's indeed the case and it's at an annoying level, I might actually have to do something about that. Volume for my voice sounds fine, good. Because I actually put in a voice filter on OBS to limit the volume of my voice, because... Okay, well then it's not that bad, so... But it's partially then to the voice filter, because I put a filter on OBS that reduces my voice volume if it gets too bad, so... But I noticed I'm talking a little bit louder than I'm used to because of because I just can't hear myself very well, so... I always feel like I'm sitting in a noisy room, so... I don't know, maybe I'm switching back to the other earplugs, because with them it wasn't that bad. But aside from that... Yeah, getting temper issues in this game is not good. If things go really bad, you need to stay concentrated. I'm not sure I made super many mistakes. I mean, I made two mistakes. Yeah, well, I'm not sure how I would have moved there to avoid that, but I had two situations, one up here and one down there, where I could potentially have had a unit surrender. And you need, especially in city fights, where there's positions where you can get easily cornered, you need to be super careful. Because the AI is super aware that it can suppress you and force a surrender on you. So... yeah, Goose, no problem. You missed some of the worst crap I've ever experienced on this map. So many bad rolls, and I forgot to overstrength my artillery, so this was tough. This was a tough run. So that it was tough. I blame on me forgetting to overstrengthen my artillery and to move, yeah, some really bad rolls. Especially in the middle there. I was not super happy with the rolls I got. The amount of attacks I needed to take to get this bunker out of the way. Yeah, that cost me so many attacks. That cost me at least 3 units that could have attacked something else already. And additional damage on my units. That cost me, in this area, maybe a turn. After Spoils of War. So, I'm not sure when Brakada is doing his Spoils of War. I guess next Sunday. Then I'm probably gonna stream it, I guess, Sunday evening again. I might actually switch my streams to the same day that he does it. And yeah, I guess the weekend after that, maybe? I don't know. We haven't set a date yet. So in 2 weeks, maybe? We wanted to do it, but after the completion of Poland, and Spoils of War kinda still belongs to that, and before Norway. And then we'll do the Norwegian scenarios, and then we'll do one again. We kinda wanted to make it in a place that makes sense, and the end of the Polish campaign kinda makes sense for that. I don't know whether it will be a weekend for sure, but I think Brakada much prefers it being on a weekend, so I'm guessing we'll do it on a Sunday, just like his regular streams. But ask him. I'm pretty much going with him on the scheduling part. I have the maps prepared. I'm gonna try and maybe get something done so I can show the development of the front lines. I have to go through those army headquarters daily reports again, whether they're even detailed enough to actually draw a line on the map, or whether they're just, yeah, army so-and-so reached that city. That won't be really enough to draw lines, to draw front lines, but I'm looking into that, whether I can at least give an impression of what the daily situation was for the entire Polish campaign. And I found some other stuff about the setup of German Panzer divisions, what they really had and what what they consisted of, and how much stuff of what stuff we can have, and when that changes. I looked that up again. I found a good document about that. So I'm gonna go into that a little bit, but otherwise, yeah, okay, well, we'll try to make it a weekend, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna be one, so. But yeah, this was, oh jeez. I'll actually load the replay and see when this started to go south. I think it started out fine for the most part. This was annoying. That was annoying that my 88 didn't do more defensive damage to this. Then that I got these incredible that this happened, that of all the targets that were available, that fighter decided to go for my infantry and then uncover that, because I thought there's no way they're gonna go for that. But of course they went for it. I was sure they were going for an artillery. Well, maybe they saw my fighter, I don't know. But I thought maybe here this would be a nice target, nice juicy target, but no, they went for it. I don't know. Maybe it was out of range. I have no idea why they went for that target. This is also fine, just taking damage on my tanks here, which is not super good. But this was still decent for the most part, but it already showed that I'm getting bad rolls. The anti-tank gun didn't do as fine. I had trouble with this bunker, which I shouldn't have had. Tank got hit pretty badly. Anti-tank gun still not doing great. Still, that bunker is not out of the way. That's a joke that by turn 8 this bunker is still not out of the way. That's just ridiculous. But yeah. Finally, by turn 10, that bunker's out of the way. That took way too long. And you see, if I had a small force down here, we would already have those airfields, and I would already start on taking out this bunker, and this bunker down here would already be gone. Because I have a whole bunch, like these two infantry are basically completely useless down here. They would already be working on this. Most of these tanks are just sitting around doing nothing. They could already be working on this. So I don't think this is actually the best way of doing it. I don't think this is the best way of doing it. In the south, going in from one direction is a good idea. If you start from the north, I don't actually think it is, because there's too much forest here. Like in this entire area, you can't build a front line with your tanks. So most of your tanks are just gonna sit around unable to do anything. While down here, they can do flanking protection. They can start working on these entrenchment positions. Over here, the tanks are not really useful. So I would suggest going with one tank, 2 infantry in here, 1 tank, 2 infantry in here, and just use the rest to attack from this direction. That might have gotten better. It took me too long for it to actually start doing damage. So yeah, that was not good, that I didn't have artillery overstrength. By turn 12, this bunker should already be way out of the way. It was super annoying that I couldn't get that thing. Like, just look at this. That by this time, this thing isn't gone. It's completely out of ammo, and I fire at it, fire at it, fire at it, and nobody blows this stupid thing up. That was so annoying. So here I'm already 3/4 through the mission, and I haven't even captured half the city yet. This is when I looked at the clock and said, oh wow, this is no good. Thankfully then the motion started happening, but I was running out of fuel and ammunition everywhere. And if you're looking at this and saying, oh great, I have 3 turns left, wonderful. Yeah, this is not good. And this is the thing. If you look at how many units are sitting in the back and basically not able to contribute much, these things basically did nothing but get damaged. By this time, by turn 15, this, and the anti-aircraft gun would all be gone from the small task forces sent in here to attack. And if you subtract all of this and you subtract all of that, and this situation already looks way better. I don't think attacking from the north, the front line is long enough to justify going in there full force just from one side. The south, if you look at how you can completely wrap around here, the south has way more space. If you do it like Bruck and you attack from the southwest, so basically this entire area works also out. And even he at some point blocked himself because he didn't have any positions left. I would say he should have attacked with a little strike force in this area and then come with the rest from the southwest. I don't think this is actually good to attack on this map just from one side. There's not enough room. I think you should have a little task force attacking from the opposite side. Basically the last place you're gonna reach, so you can already move in here. And because just if I had an infantry in here or a tank in here or in the hex for the bunker, you know, I don't need to push further in because there's artillery here that might be dangerous or whatever. Just if I had to have some unit in here, just or in here, just blocking these two hexes, then they can't buy all this additional crap. I can more concentrate on this, and that already make sure that I can wipe out everything. So nah, units were fine, Goose. Unit, I'm very happy with my core. The only thing I would have liked to have done is overstrength my artillery, and that was the plan. I completely just forgot about it. Yeah, Fallschirmjägers. If we don't go for if I have all the prestige in the world and I can just upgrade between unit types like I want, and then back, because I don't want Fallschirmjägers for everything. Yeah, I guess I would go in with just Fallschirmjägers in this one. Yeah, sure. Bunker busters, 50% Fallschirmjägers, 50% pioneers, maybe. I don't know. 25% pioneers, 75%. I would also bring more infantry. Have heavier tanks. Just 2 tanks, but those heavier. I don't know. But with the core that we're going for, I'm very happy with what I had here. The only change that I would make is take a little force, attack from here, take a little force, attack from here, and then attack with the rest. Maybe not even from the south and the north. Maybe have a little force attacking here, and another little force maybe attacking here and then joining with the main thrust. I mean, I had a little force here attacking here and joining with the main thrust. Split up like maybe the auxiliary force that you have down here that went down south. Maybe I wouldn't have used that. Maybe I should have just used my core forces to take everything. I mean, they have to swing around here in this direction anyway. They can maybe take that one on the way there. That I used that light tank to take this one and spend so much time with that one artillery and infantry to take this stuff. Whatever. Just that one infantry that I had deployed here to take this. Send that down here. Completely ignore this crap. Leave that to the other force. And already start with two infantry, 1 artillery, and 1 light tank. Already start on this. Or maybe on this. One of the two. And possibly this one. Because if I come from this direction, this is the furthest away. So, yeah, I don't know. Actually might go for this one, because this one is not the furthest away, but it's the most awkward to get to. And if you can get this out of the way, you can join with the main force and swing around and get to this one from the other side while the main force is coming from this side. And this anti-aircraft gun is incredibly hard to get to, so I think coming from down here with a little force and then coming with the rest from this side and overstrength the artillery. That's the only change that I would make. I would dedicate the southern auxiliary force plus 1 infantry. I need 1 infantry anyway to take this town. Dedicate that force to engaging this perimeter. And otherwise pretty much unchanged. plus overstrengthening artillery. Otherwise, I'm pretty happy with what I got here. Nah, the Panzers can't mop up this stuff. Because these garrison units that are in there are actually very, very good units. You need good infantry to get those out of there. Panzers can't do anything here. Tanks are of questionable use on this entire map, to be honest. They're not good enough, they get massive losses, and yeah, like Bracketa said, that is very historical. Historically, the Panzer forces pushed into Warsaw before the Battle of the Bzura happened, like back on the 12th of September, like 2 weeks ago from now. They already tried to push into Warsaw and took a lot of losses, especially 1st Panzer Division, I think, got wrecked. Or the 4th one, I don't know, one of the two. So you can hold certain positions in the city with tanks, but the tanks that we currently have are just no good at that, so... Again, they got a lot of bad rolls. The Panzer ones, they can do better. Yeah, we talked about that on the last summary stream quite in detail. The Panzer II is, compared to what it should be, way overpowered, way underpowered. But whatever. Yeah, exactly. The Panzer II was loved for its firepower because the 20mm was actually very effective, and the Panzer I was hated universally as complete crap. Because that thing was never meant as frontline action anyway. That was meant as a pure training tank, and that has 3 soft attack, and the Panzer II has 2 soft attack. That's ridiculous, quite honestly. This thing should not have more soft attack than this thing. That has a machine gun, and this has a 20mm cannon. It's just ridiculous, but whatever. It was also more mobile. The Panzer I wasn't super mobile, while the Panzer II was reported to have very good mobility in terrain. It's just probably why they later upgraded it to a kind of scout tank. Because the mobility was good. The mobility was really good. Firepower was decent. Couldn't really fight other tanks or stuff and had problems with anti-tank guns, but as a support weapon it was really decent. The Panzer I was complete garbage, yeah. It was a pointless tank. In this game that's not really represented that well, but whatever. I think the Panzer II needs a little buff. I mean, it doesn't even have better ground defense, which is also a little bit of a joke. I don't know how different their armor was, but I think the Panzer II was better armored than the Panzer I. Panzer I couldn't withstand anything but small arms fire. Initiative is better, I guess. I'd still give it 3 soft attack. I mean, then nobody would ever buy a Panzer I, but yeah, I mean... Ugh. Scouts are way overpowered anyway, so I wouldn't go for the stat much in this one. Yeah, they have basically the same attack values, same defense values. Just that this thing has 2 air defense for whatever reason. Yeah, they basically seem to be pretty identical. 671, 671, 2401, 2421. Yeah, basically exactly the same. Yeah, I'd say the scout should probably have less ground defense, but yeah, the defensive values on the scouts are all overpowered. Yeah, again, Goose, I can understand why the Panzer 1 is better than it was, but the Panzer 2 shouldn't be so bad. Yeah, I know, yeah, early on, I mean... the problem with the scouts is that their defense values are way too high. And I think that's because most players just don't have any clue how to use them properly. So they get fucked all the time. I mean, I did that on Modlin also, but... honestly, if I had lost the scout on Modlin, I couldn't have complained. I wouldn't have complained because that was a stupid move. I didn't calculate that properly. But yeah, people lose scouts all the time, so they buff them. They up their defensive values to ridiculous amounts. If I was properly balancing it, I would reduce the scouts' ground defense at least by 1 point, if not 2. Depending on what their real armor was, I would have to look into that, but I highly doubt that the scouts... I mean, from what I know, these were just cars protected from small arms fire. I would guess that the ground defense was more on the level of a Panzer 1, and the Panzer 1 is also have too high ground defense, but I guess you can keep it up that way because they would be otherwise completely useless. Still, I would experiment with lowering the ground defense of the Panzer 1 by 1 point and upping the soft attack of the Panzer 2 by 1 point and lowering the ground defense of the Scout by 2 points. Firepower, I guess, is okay, but they shouldn't be a unit that you want to be engaged with. Yeah, honestly, if they ever make this open source, which might happen after Panzer Corps 2 comes out, maybe, I don't know. There's a chance for it, I guess, since, I mean, the developer did Open Panzer General before, Open General, what it was called before, so there's a chance they might do this open source. If they ever open the source for this, I will actually experiment with that. Give scouts an evade chance like submarines. Give anti-tank guns a support capability like artillery. I will experiment with such stuff. If this ever is released in a way where you can manipulate the code. I once experimented with giving recon units camouflage. That was interesting. Of course, it makes enemy scout units way more annoying too. So... but yeah, this is the kind of stuff we should discuss in the next summary stream. For now, these were my thoughts on this particular map. I'm sure we're going to talk about that a little bit more together with Brakeda in that stream also, on what the proper strategies are here. I would say a small group going in here already engaging this, because that lengthens your front basically. If you come from this direction and you're only in here, you basically only have this to work with. If you also come in from the south, you have this entire area to work with. And yeah, once the front line shortens, you can send those units around, attack this from the back. I think that's better. just focusing on this area means you have to swing around all from the south, basically not doing anything for the first couple turns down here, which I think is not ideal. So I would send in a main force here, a main force there, send the other forces around grabbing everything and then engaging on this line, and then all these three thrusts converge into one major front line, and then you just go through here. The way I did it, not engaging from the south here, meant that in the end I had to split up my forces, one part going south, one part going here, and not being able to really do much in the middle, which means this crap stayed alive. If I had engaged from all directions, I would have easier taken out this anti-tank, this anti-aircraft gun. I could have already bombed here because I also had a lot of turns where I couldn't bomb anything. In those turns where I couldn't bomb anything in the middle because that middle anti-aircraft gun wasn't out of the way yet, I could have already started bombing down here for whatever was still left there. I think that's way more effective. It also gives you more places where you can potentially trap enemy fighters. It also takes away an airfield from the enemy fighters really quick. Yeah, I think that's the better way of doing it. I actually played it a couple times yesterday from the north just to get used to what I want to do, how I want to approach this, and then I changed my strategy because I watched Brakada and thought, yeah, one major thrust is probably the better idea, and it is, but I still should go in from here. But I actually tried that with the small groups, and with the artillery protection, the big tanks didn't rush me down here. They were mainly worried about whatever was happening up here. With the main thrust coming on here. They didn't worry about down here. What did worry about me down here was tankettes. And those basically ran into my artillery fire and then got wrecked by my infantry. So the big tanks don't engage you down here. They might engage you over here, but not down here. They usually engage you in this area. That it was also surprised that the one tank decided to go over here because they rarely do that also. But down here you mostly have to worry about tankettes, and those usually get wrecked. Your infantry at this point is capable of dealing with them if they have artillery support, sometimes even without artillery support. So that's not a super issue. And if you're worried about that, you can always keep a Panzer II or one of those guys at the flank in the direction where you expect them to come from. But that was not... it's an AI decision. It's just how close you are to them, I guess. What units are best to attack you with, and the tankettes are simply closer to you. I think the starting position of the tanks is over here somewhere. These hexes over here somewhere. I think there and there maybe. So the tankettes are simply closer to you. If you come in here and in there, they can't move that much. If they start here, they don't have the movement to go around you. So the tankette gets sent, and then there's no more attack vector, and then the tank stays put. That's an AI decision. The tankette in this area is just a better unit to attack you with. And those you have to worry about, but those usually get crushed very easily. And since this anti-aircraft gun is also very easy to take out, it's probably the most easy to take out next to that one. It's super easy to bomb them after they attack you. So in this area, is the area where it's easiest to get air superiority very, very quickly. So in this area, I wouldn't worry too much about tank attacks. Even if a 70p comes out, if it runs into artillery cover and then tries to engage your infantry, a 1 or 2 star Wehrmacht infantry is not gonna take a whole bunch of damage from that. So And again, if you attack from here, you attack from there, and then with delay you attack from there. You take out 1, 2, 3 anti-aircraft guns, and then you have basically the entire perimeter to freely bomb at your leisure. The next anti-aircraft gun is somewhere over here or there or wherever it starts. Yeah, you basically have 3/4 of Warsaw to bomb. Since I couldn't get to the south, I still had that thing to worry about. This one was over here a little too close to the north to freely bomb a whole lot over there. I had way too many turns in which I couldn't really bomb much. So I'd say the small force, let me go back in turns. Yeah, this force plus, where is it? Plus that infantry, maybe even plus that artillery, but I don't think I need that artillery. 1 artillery down there should be enough. Maybe 2 artillery, sent them down here, I don't know. But these 2 infantry plus that tank, where is it? There, plus those 2 artillery, I guess, those should engage down here. They should take that city, then take that airfield, and then start working on this. And completely ignore this crap, because this is empty anyway. There's only a 5-star thing in here, and they can't take this one because that's too heavily fortified, so that needs to wait for those major forces to go in there anyway. And they can swing around here, and once they reach this, they need to go in this direction anyway to approach the city, so they can take this on the way there. They can take that in 1 turn. That's just a 5 strength unit that's in there. So it's completely pointless on sending these guys on a wild goose chase all the way around here to take these 2 positions. It's pointless. Maybe the tank can swing around in here and then go up here just to take that real quick. But not try to take that or that. It's pointless. These units that are in the south should have engaged in the south. Otherwise, overstrength artillery and do everything else exactly the way I did it. I think that would have worked much better. Maybe be a little bit more clever about setting fighter traps, but otherwise, I'm pretty sure. Because see, like, these units don't do anything. If I hadn't sent the tank down here to grab this stupid hex, I could have used it to recon this. Then I would have seen that this is empty, and I could have moved the infantry immediately in there. Like this, I lose another turn, and then I try to scout this, and then I lose another turn. Look how many. By the time I'm in here, I am already at turn 7. And now I'm going in here, and I'm engaging this, and by now my main forces are there. And this infantry is not necessary to achieve this. These units could have, and the other one I had to pull off the map and redeploy in the north. And what is it doing there? Well, it's, yeah, pointless. This force could have long started working on this. I would have that airfield by now. Maybe the bunker would already be out of the way. Certainly 2 or 3 garrison units would already be out of there, and I would already be in a position to block these 2 hexes. Like this, yeah. Look at where I'm able to form a front line. I only, at turn 7, at turn 8, I still only engage Warsaw at this little force. I'm at turn 10 or whatever. Yeah, at turn 10, I'm still not approaching the edge of the town here. It's until turn 11 that I'm actually engaging Warsaw at a larger front. And I could already be engaging here. If I have now the bunker out of the way, I could already use this artillery to support here, to suppress that artillery that is in the back there, and I could already cross support across the river with my 2 artillery pieces that I would have down there. So yeah, not the best way of doing things. It's possible, as you saw, but not the best way of doing things. You need to engage this additional to everything else. That works out much better. Then you engage them from the north and the south, and then you arrive in a massive force from the east, and then you basically roll over them. Because then you already have taken out this artillery, you've taken out this artillery, you quickly will take out this artillery, and then basically is nothing in the way. Then you can attack this central artillery from 3 directions instead of just 2. Which means I already have artillery here in position to already start hammering it. I have artillery in the north to start hammering it, and then this entire artillery force arrives in the east to hammer it. That means I can constantly suppress this and engage what's around it and still have enough artillery to suppress what's around it. That would have been a better approach. And I've done it. I had an additional force over here. That's not so great because you're lacking firepower. Then you're spreading out your artillery a little bit too much. But task force here, task force there, main force here, task force here, that's too much. But task force here, main force there, that works very well. Basically engage all the bunkers at the same time minus this one. Because I think engaging that one at the same time can be done, but that you take too much losses. I think that is something for Field Marshal, where in a pinch you can sometimes reinforce a unit during the scenario, then that's possible. But for Rommel, I'd say here, here, and then bam. And the good thing about that is that all these attack vectors then converge into one big front line. And by that time you can shorten the front line already. You get 3 angles of attack of this one. Then you can shorten the front line, and that frees units up to go around and engage this thing from 2 sides, and that should be good. Yeah, Danny, I commented on that. Carol said that earlier. They will attack me. I don't think they will attack me with the 70p. That never happened to me. That thing is more worried about the attack that is coming from the north right here. What happened to me here down there is loads of tankettes attacking me, and those can't do anything about me. I did that 3 times yesterday. I tried this 3 times in that approach where I attacked from every direction at the same time. And tankettes, what usually happens, tankette engages my infantry, gets shot by defending artillery, loses 1 or 2 points. Then my infantry engages the, it maybe, if anything, it does 1 damage to my infantry. Most of the time it doesn't do anything, and then my infantry shoots back and does 5 points of damage. After that, there's a tankette right in front of me with 3 to 4 points of damage left. And I can easily blow that up with the 1 tank that I have down there, or just bomb it to shit. So tankettes are not an issue. And even if the 70p attacks you with the defending infantry, with the defending artillery, nah, not gonna do much. And as I said, they're mostly distracted from the north, because the first part, if you play Warsaw North, the first engagement point will be here, because in the south you will first be busy first taking this, then taking that, then taking the airfield, and then you engage the actual perimeter. By that time you're already engaging in the north, and at least one of those guys is gonna worry about you up here first. Like we saw over here, like that guy engaged me several times back then. I unfortunately wasn't able to take it out. But a lot of those tankettes, like this guy, and I think one other guy rushed in there somewhere. This guy, those will already have been engaged down here and taken care of. So that guy is potentially already gone. There's another tankette waiting over there, I think somewhere. Maybe it was the one that engaged me in the north that would have engaged me in the south instead. Yeah, those are not a big deal in the south, especially because you have massively easy to get air superiority down there. Up here, you still have to be a little careful with that anti-tank gun, anti-aircraft gun. Down there, you have nothing to worry about. This is easy to take out, and once that's done, you have this entire perimeter to already be able to bomb Anything that comes down here is wrecked. I'm not worried at all in the south about tanks. And as I said, if you're worried about getting in the flank and you don't trust your infantry to withstand attack from that one without taking 2 points of damage or something like that, put a tank at the flank or a scout or whatever. Something that you believe can hold the line, like this tank. I don't need that in the north, I can take that in the south and put it there. Put that at the flank, or just leave it to the auxiliary Panzer 1 that you have down there anyway. If that takes 2 points of damage, so what? That's basically useless down there anyway. It's just to close the line, basically, down there. While the infantry works. And with artillery cover, that thing can actually do a lot of damage to a 70p. I had once, was a good roll admittedly, but I had it once that a 70p attacked a Panzer 1 with artillery cover, and the 70p took 5 points of damage and the Panzer 1 didn't take anything. It can happen. 70p is not super well armored. It's actually a little unfair that it has 6 ground defensive, because from what I know, I'm not actually sure. Was it? I think it was not as well armored. Whatever. Should be fine. Should have less than a Panzer 3. What does a Panzer 3 actually have in this? What's the Panzer 3 ground defense? No, we don't have a Panzer 3 yet. Oh well. Yeah, had the same effective armor. Okay, yeah, then. I know that 70p had massively worse armor than the Panzer 3 while having the same gun as the Panzer 3. But I know that 70p and Panzer 2 were actually pretty evenly matched. From what I read, the Panzer 3 was better armored than the 70p, but since the 70p had a good gun, it could still get through. And since the 70p was worse armored than the Panzer 3, the 20mm cannon of the Panzer 2 could penetrate the armor of the 70p. I have a little book by Steven Saloga about the Panzer 2 versus 70p comparison in the Polish campaign, and he said they were pretty evenly matched since the 70p was not well enough armored to withstand the 20mm cannon of the Panzer 2. The Panzer 2 apparently was able to penetrate the armor of the 70p with its 20mm gun. So yeah, I don't know. I haven't looked into the exact armor thickness and layout, but from what I know, he didn't mention the Panzer 3, so I can't say much about that. But I know that the Panzer 2 could defeat the armor of the Panzer of the 70p, and vice versa, obviously, because the Panzer 2 actually had. The Panzer 70p actually had pretty crappy armor, but a pretty good gun. From what I know, they said that the Panzer 3 had a chance to withstand the fire. Definitely the Panzer 4. I mean, the Panzer 3 isn't really relevant for the comparison in Poland anyway, because they almost had none. The only tank that was in numbers that are worth mentioning was the Panzer 4, and that one was definitely better armored. Panzer 3 is basically negligible because there were almost no there. Oh yeah, Brock, I had an interesting fight. I'm gonna show you the final situation. This is what it looks like in the end. Main problem I had was I forgot to overstrength my artillery, and I attacked only from the north. I should have sent a small force to attack from this direction. If you look for the recording for the stream, I discussed that in length, but I still managed to do it barely, but this could have gone better. I had also a ton of bad rolls, so wasn't super happy with that, but managed to do it. Wasn't able to clean everything up, but that was again due to lack of firepower, one missing attack vector, and forgetting to overstrength my artillery. The latter was probably the biggest issue, but also the missing attack vector I think hurt me. So, but I got a little bit into trouble and was already thinking I wasn't gonna make it, but I managed to pull it off anyway, so. And I'm not gonna replay it, I'm fine with the result as it is. I didn't lose anybody, even though I got close at some point. We're gonna discuss that in length in our stream that we're gonna do after Spoils of War, because by now I have a pretty good idea on how you should approach this and how you should not approach this, and what the problems were that I had here. If you look later for the recording where I discuss what I think I should have done differently, I think you will agree. I'm not sure I did a whole bunch of bad turns. I actually don't think so. I was missing artillery firepower, and I didn't attack from one direction, and I had a lot of bad rolls actually. More than I ever had before. Yeah, I know, Brock, but the north actually is smaller in terms of frontline size than the south. And they had a lot of units that weren't able to do much. And as a quick summary for you, I basically immediately attacked over here, since that's where my deployment was, swung around with the force, grabbing all the artillery, and then attacked from here, just like you did. But I didn't... The little auxiliary force that you get in Warsaw North down here, I grabbed this, and then swung around. I should have used that force to engage here. So I would have engaged here, here, and then later with all the artillery from there to have then a converging front here and push through here. I was missing this, so in the end I couldn't get to this anti-aircraft gun, which means I couldn't bomb here, and that slowed me down a lot. And then since I had to split my forces and I was basically blocking myself, I didn't have the front space to actually engage everywhere. I was slow to get here, which means they bought a whole bunch of crap there, mostly anti-aircraft guns, so I couldn't bomb any. The last 3 turns or 4 turns or so, I basically couldn't bomb anything anymore. That would not have been the case if I had attacked additionally from the south. And I know I tried that before. I actually tried several times to attack from all directions, including this position. That's unnecessary. That spreads you out a little too thin. But you have the forces to attack from here, there, and then come in from this direction. And that gives you a large enough front line to constantly engage from everywhere. And if you have artillery up here, you can across the river support each other with your artillery. And that way you get 3 angles of attack on this central big piece of artillery. Like this, I didn't have the front line to properly engage the enemy with all my firepower, and I was just blocking myself. I couldn't spread the artillery out properly. Too much in one place. I really think the southern attack vector was needed here. So yeah, watch it, and I think you will agree that it would have helped me a great deal to send this little force that I had here. You basically start with a little auxiliary force here, and I deployed one more artillery and infantry here just to take this hex. I redeployed that force that I had here completely. I pulled it off the map with the exit hex and redeployed it in the north. Shouldn't have done that. Should have swung them around, helped attacking here, and this auxiliary force, I swung them around and tried to attack here. By the time they got to this, my main force was already here, so they were pointless at this area. Should have completely forgotten about all of this, not gone across the river, not even take that, but instead take this, pull these guys down south, and then engage with a very small force here and just work on this airfield and work on taking this perimeter out. And then once the main force arrives with the main artillery here, I can support myself across the river, take this bunker out, and then get a very good angle of attack on this artillery and push through here. And get a much bigger front. Here I was blocking myself too much. I didn't have the necessary space to operate. No, doing that later, Brock. I think then you're too late. I think you can engage here right there. You can deploy 2 artillery down here immediately because you get 1 auxiliary and I deployed 1 additionally. I needed that anyway to be able to bomb this hex to take that anti-tank gun out. Then you have 2 artillery down here, 2 infantry, and 1 light tank. That is enough to get this, especially to take out this anti-aircraft gun, which is pretty important to take out early, because if you take that one out, you will take this one out from the north, and then eventually you would take that one out, and then you get basically free range over 3/4 of the map. Without that, I actually had a lot of turns where I couldn't bomb anything because I couldn't take out the anti-aircraft guns as efficiently. So you from the south had a better time because this area is much bigger where you can spread out your units, especially if you, like you did, you mostly coming from this direction. You basically engaged on this entire area. It's much bigger. I basically engaged for a long time only here until I finally arrived here, and then I had this little area to work with. I should have had this entire area to work with. Like this, most of my units couldn't do anything half the time and spent way too much time trying to get into position instead of immediately engaging. I lost a lot of time with that. I'm actually amazed that I even made it in time. But yeah, watch it. I think it's going to be interesting to analyze later. Yeah, maybe not blind. I knew what was roughly gonna happen, so I recommend doing that. I recommend doing it. This is not the optimal way of doing it. Maybe if I feel like it, I will do a second stream somewhere during the week where I try to play it that way and see how it goes. Just maybe out of point of interest to have the comparison. But I will of course use this save game to go forward. But yeah, this was not the best way to do it. Sounds like a lot, Brock, to deploy so much stuff down there, but point is those forces that I would deploy down there to attack from the south would at that point not be able to engage anywhere else yet. So I don't think it's worth not risking to deploy them there because they can't do anything else. It takes too long. And by the time you have all the forces assembled, you still don't have the space to really work. That there's forest over here, but you can't really operate properly because you can't. Yeah, you can't move units around and switch positions very well because you're constantly blocked by the stupid forest. You basically just have this to engage and this to engage, and it's super slow. If you include this, you have way more space to engage, and you will have artillery here able to suppress that central artillery, then we will have artillery here able to suppress that central artillery, and then all the rest to suppress everything around it. So you will have way better points of attack on angles of attack on the central artillery to easier take it out. I totally think that's the better way of doing it. Plus, don't forget to overstrength your artillery, folks. That was not good that I didn't do that. Also, the tanks can operate better down here. I would potentially even deploy one more tank down there, because the tanks were completely useless up there for the most part. So, yeah. I think I will do that during the week. I will stream this again and try that different approach. This was not the way it should have been done, but worked out anyway. So I at least proved that even if everything goes not in your favor and you do not do this optimally, you can still pull it off. So I guess that's worth that. But yeah, I was getting pretty desperate near the end here. I did not feel confident about making this. I already thought I had to redo this, and barely pulled it off. I had one rainy day, Brock. If I had had one more, I wouldn't have made it. If I had had that horrible mud situation that you had, holy crap. So yeah, I will try that again, but I'm happy with this result. I already checked what my prestige situation will be like if I do a couple of elite reinforcements. This is what my core then looks like. I'm pretty happy with this. I would be at 2,461 prestige. I'm pretty happy with what my core looks like then, so I'm not super bummed about the losses that I took. I'm pretty happy with it, and I will go forward with it. Yeah, you basically had a very good time, and I think that you had overstrength artillery and the southern approach made it much easier. You also had very good rolls in your fighter traps, so you were very lucky in taking out the Air Force early. I was going nuts. When you look at the replay, I'm gonna show you that real quick. Just that one replay situation where I have the enemy fighters up here. Let me actually check, when was that situation? Nah, just watch it in the stream. I don't know when it exactly happened, but I had a bunch of fighters and bombers all the way up there, and I just couldn't take them out. I got bad roll after bad roll after bad roll. I engaged it with like all the stuff that I had, and I still wasn't able to take them out. That was so frustrating. Let me see, it should have been the one after. Before this. Not sure. Yeah, like this. 3 points. 2 points. 4 points. Like, this was so frustrating. I needed everything to engage here, and I still didn't manage to take them all out. That was so frustrating, because the preview of the shots was so much better. I was so annoyed that this fighter was still alive at this point. Oh god, yeah, everything went wrong. Really bad. And I almost lost 2 units thanks to them forcing me to surrender. I was really lucky that that didn't happen. One's over here and one's down there. They completely suppressed me down there. If they had attacked me, I would have surrendered, but no unit attacked me. And over here, I was really lucky that my anti-tank gun withstood the attack like a boss, Otherwise, that could have potentially been a surrender also. So, whoa. This was a nightmare, quite honestly. But pulled it off. I'm pretty happy with the situation of the core, so we can go into spots of war like this. But yeah, watch it. It's nightmarish. And to everybody else, yeah, I'm gonna stream it maybe on Friday. Again, doing it with a slightly different approach, and we'll see what happens then. But yeah, for now, let me call it quits. And so Brock can watch the recording. So until then, keep your heads, folks. Keep your heads up, folks. I'll see you on the next one, and the next one hopefully goes better.